Grand Rising, Brave Awakened Ones. It's 4:45 in the morning here on the East Coast. I'm supposed to be working out, but instead I'm making this video for everyone, for the general public. Consider this NRV 93. Again, I cannot believe I'm making NRVs again, but this is very interesting, my new adventures here. Okay, here's the deal. I was in this situation where I was in a cardiac cath procedural room, and I was there for cardiac Tympanide. Some of you guys don't know, I work in cardiac, okay? So I was there, and it was like I was coming from a marathon, and I was having heavy pressure on my chest. And I knew, I was like, oh my God, it's like, do I have cardiac Tympanide? Because the signs and symptoms of cardiac Tympanide is squeezing in your chest because you have this fluid. It's blood usually. It's blood, pooling blood between your pericardial sac, which is the sac that's around your heart, this tough sac around your heart, and your heart muscle itself. So what it's doing, it's squeezing on your heart, putting pressure on your heart, and it's bringing down your blood pressure, because your ventricles aren't able to pump properly, to pump the blood out to the rest of your body, okay, because it pools around the bottom here. Here's the apex of the heart, meaning the point of the heart, the bottom of the heart. These are your ventricles down here, okay? So here's the blood pooling. Usually it's blood, or it could be pus if you have an infection, okay? Yeah, I've partaked in a few of these procedures, and what we do in cases of cardiac Tympanide is right here, is that we stick a needle, 16 to 18 gauge needle. We stick it in there, very long needle, right underneath your xiphoid process, and we suck out the fluid. The fluid is discarded. Some of it's discarded, and like we take a good like 40 cc's or so, and we send it to the lab for analysis. Okay. And the last case I did with cardiac Tympanide was this middle-aged woman, healthy middle-aged woman. All of a sudden she got cardiac Tympanide, and we ended up having to leave a drain in there because there was just so much coming out. Okay. It's usually caused by trauma of the heart muscle, like an accident. You bump it. You know how you could bump yourself and you get a welt, a blood blister, fills up with blood and fluid, because it's not pure blood. It's also, just regular plasma, body fluid and stuff like that. Why am I telling you this? Okay, here's what I experienced. I was in a marathon. I was running in a marathon, jogging, whatever, because I had on marathon type clothes. I don't run marathons, but I was a runner, in school and stuff, track team. So I was running, and then I started having pain and pressure in my chest. And these people came out of nowhere. They're like, I said, I think I have cardiac Tympanide. And they're like, we'll help you. So they each took me by the arm and they brought me into a cardiac catheterization room, right? Which is where we do this procedure. And it's like their faces kept turning demonic. And the whole time it's like, and I'm in bed and I'm feeling all this. I'm seeing all this. I'm like, oh, this is a remote view, but I've never experienced it like this. Why am I going through this? And I called on my older sister, because she's a nurse also. I said, hey, help me out here. And then she wasn't saying anything. And then I was laid down on the table. And then as I was on the table, I also noticed I was in scrubs watching the whole thing. I was like, what? It's like, that's how it usually would go, right? I'd be observing the whole NRV, not partaking in the NRV. So I'm on the table, and then I noticed there was a physician there, not one of the ones I worked with. I didn't recognize this guy. And then right behind him was Klaus Schwab, the head of the NWO, the demon himself. So Satan's right-hand man. So he's standing there, and I was like, what is he doing there? And then I'm standing right next to him observing the whole thing as myself in bed, but in scrubs, but I'm also the patient. So they prep me, and I noticed they're about to put a drain in me to drain it out. And then I'm telling my sister, oh, I'm like, I didn't get any type of sedation. I was like, hold my hand down so I won't fight it. And my sister kept shaking her head. No. I'm like, what's going on? Why am I going through this? But I need help. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. I shouldn't be doing this. And then I asked the divine, I said, show me, why am I here? And then that's when the Klaus Schwab character revealed himself. I was like, whoa. And all the other people in the room, including the doctor who is about to put the drain in me, turned into demons, demonic looking. And then I saw this right here. And as you see right here, the heart, right? This represents your chi. If anyone understands CHI or QI, your chi, your energy, your life force energy, which is what, when I do tapping, you're tapping on your meridians, your different points, which are the same points you do acupressure on, which I was certified for, as a holistic practitioner. And also when you do acupuncture, you're moving your chi. Your chi is your energy body. Think of your lymphatic system, your circulatory system, your nervous system. Your chi is just your energy body. And the meridians are the points, the nodes, right? And you have nodes in different spots. And one of the main ones is right here on your heart. And what I was shown was that cardiac tympanide that's developing is due to the stick in the arm. It's due to the stick in the arm. And what they're draining along with the blood and the fluids that's causing the cardiac tympanide is your chi, your life force energy. And it's due to the stick in the arm that is causing that trauma, and it's pooling that fluid, which is going to include your life force energy. And then I was like, whoa, what the? And then I was shown one of our procedure rooms where we do this, along with a whole host of other things. It's been down for a couple of weeks now, right? We got a new room that's all hooked up, and another room that's been going for a while. We have 3 rooms, but one of the rooms has been down for a couple of weeks. They said that, they're just waiting for new equipment and something broke. But then I was told that the staff has no idea what's really going on, what they're really hooking up that room to do. They're hooking up that room to suck chi. When this happens, whenever we're doing this procedure, whenever we're doing the procedure to drain the fluid from the cardiac tympanide. It's like, that's the special equipment that's coming from China that we're waiting on to drain the chi out of folks. And then I yanked out in bed physically. I was like, holy crap, because I felt it going in. And then I stood up in my bed and sat up in my bed, and I also, that was the weirdest noise I've heard. And then I came up out of, I heard almost like a trumpet blow outside of my window just now. Strange. So I sat up in my bed, but my eyes were still closed. And I got up out of the table, the procedural table, operating table, whatever you want to call it, in the room, in the remote view. And, everybody stepped back, and they were all getting angry because I was exposing what was going on, because then I became one. I made eye contact with myself doing the remote view, and then I looked around the room. I said, hey, I know this room. And then I was told by the divine what was really happening in the room and how they were going to be stealing chi, but the staff has no idea. When they're draining the fluid, they're draining the chi out of people, but they're coming in, and it's mostly women, and it has been females that have been coming in with cardiac tympanide. It's only been a few I've seen since I started, but they said it's going to really pick up like crazy, and this is one of the ways. And they're literally going to be it's going to like turn people, you want zombie apocalypse. When I say zombie, I'm not talking about what you people see on TV. Don't ask me silly questions about that. Um, Very easily, like, their hearts have gone cold. Let's put it that way. Their hearts have gone cold. That's what the message I received. Their hearts have gone cold. And so they're easily manipulated and controlled. They're going to be doing the bidding of the dark ones. They're going to just not be doing things out of their heart, like heartless things they're going to be doing. Let's put it that way. And then I was shown, when I got up from the table, as I was walking away, I heard, help me, help me, help me, friend, help me. And I turned around and I saw my old normie friend, my normie BFF. We were BFFs. She was the one normie I was BFFs with, but she turned out not to be a normie. I've spoken about her several times. We're no longer friends. We stopped being friends a couple of months ago because she betrayed me in a business deal. And that was her test, whether she's ready to ascend or not. And I had to allow her to do it. I knew she was doing it. In fact, I wrote her the check. I didn't have to write her the check. The test was, if she cashed this, she's not ready. So I was like, dang, that's freaking, end up, all together, it's like $5,000. So I'm like, this is sucks. But I was told, don't worry. I was like, okay, whatever. So I was like, if she cashed these checks, she's not ready for ascension. This is her test. So I had to do it. I let go of the money. I wrote the checks. She cashed them, then turned around and said, oh my God, money is the root of all evil. How could you give up our friendship because of this money? I said, how could you take that money because of our friendship? I said, now I'm going to be stuck with a $2,000. Part of that $5,000 I'm counting is I gave her $3,000 in cash, check wise, but $2,000 of it, I have to pay taxes on it. I said, I did the work for you. I helped you out. And you turned around. Yeah, I promised her I was going to give her some money because she's the one who hooked me up with the project to begin with. I said, but, I promised you some money, but now I got screwed over by the facility. I'm only getting half of what I'm supposed to, and I really need that money to catch up on my bills because I haven't been working. And she's like, yeah, but you promised it. And she made such a stink. I was told, give it to her, see if she takes it, because she's just going to waste that money like she always does. So I was like, I gave it to her. She failed. And so, we broke off, and she was on the table saying, friend, please help me. She did get the jab. She got one jab, though. She only got one jab. And then she realized her brother, all these other people who were getting their second jabs and boosters were getting extremely sick. So she didn't. And she didn't want to originally get the jab either because she had an assisted living facility, which is closed now, but at the time, they would literally knock on her door a few times a week to try to push the jab on her. And she said, I just took it just so you could leave me alone. I was like, you made a mistake. She goes, I know I did. But her heart, she's always had this thing with money. Greed. Very greedy, thirsty for money, always looking at other people like, oh my God, I can't believe they got this. How do I get it? Very much that. If you got somebody like that in your life, they'll screw you over the same way they take advantage of other people. Okay? So be careful. But any which ways, she was on the table with the cardiac Tympanide. And she was like, please help me, friend. I said, I can't help you. I'm not your friend. And then I left the room and I pulled the thing out of my chest. I was like, listen, I don't care. I'm not there to save these people. They put themselves in that situation. No more delays. I need out. I need my money so I could freaking leave and never have to work 3D again because things are turning sour over there. These people are turning against me. The one Anon I was, who was my trainer, he's on vacation. He's been out for a while. And whenever he's not there, they come for me. I'm like, I don't want to be around these people. And the other one who was awakened, not ascending yet, but awakened at least, she transferred. And then the other one who I know who is actually a starseed, who I started being buddy with, she turned on me also and said to me, oh, you're a troublemaker. She told me this last week to my face. She said, you're a troublemaker. And she's been dissing me and avoiding me ever since. But now she needs a place to stay. because her landlady's not renewing her lease. And she came up to me and was like, I really like your neighborhood. You live in such a nice place. And now I'm not, my landlady didn't renew my lease. I said, really? Oh, you like my place? Yeah, I know you did. Well, good luck with finding a place. And then she called me up. I didn't answer. Then she texted me and said, you're so distant. What's going on? I'm like, oh, I'm fine. Yeah, now she needs a place to stay. Nope, not the one. Bye. Bye. Bye, Felicia. So I know it's time for me to go. I'm putting out this information, and I'm going to read about qi. And of all places, I'm going to read it from, it's getting late. I got to leave. It's getting late. I'm going to read about qi energy, and of all places, Oprah Daily. Ain't that a bitch? I went to one of their top people of the darkness to read, because I'm going to tell you, they know before you know. Okay, they know. Normies don't know this, but they know. Okay? Because she's trying to capture the ascending crowd. She's a plan, just like Alex Jones. They're controlled opposition. Because I used to watch not the Oprah show. I couldn't stand that shit. That was my grandma. My mom used to watch that stuff. But when she started and was doing all the spirituality stuff, I used to watch it because she really was starting to get into physics, and even had somebody talking about string theory, Newton's law, and really going deep into that. And that's my territory. So, but then I realized she's of the dark, and she's just, is playing both sides. So listen to this. They know. Have you ever felt off balance but couldn't nail down the exact reason why? Qi may be to blame for your fatigue, brain fog, or irritability. Qi is the energy, or it's also spelled QI, is the energy current. Qi is the energy current that runs through our bodies, provides us with circulation, nutrients, and minerals that we need to be whole, says to blah blah MD yada 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 from blah 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 blah. Qi was thought to be the life force and ultimate measure of one's vitality. Okay? Not was thought, it is. Plain and simple. I don't know why they put was thought. Qi is the life force and ultimate measure of one's vitality. The ancient art, which has been well vetted and considered safe practice by the national blah, 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 who cares, has been used by doctors of integrative medicine and acupuncturists to restore the body to its natural healthy state and to help people generally achieve a state of Zen. They talk about qigong, which will help a lot of people, which I need to get into. I'm going to get into qigong, actually. I've never done that officially, and I know they have official classes. I'm going to start taking them. According to the Acupuncture and Massage College of Miami, it's best to use qi in the context of restoring balance, since it is the physical or nourishing portion that makes up the air, water, and food we take in. Listen to this again. It's best to use, funny they use the college in Miami, huh? It's best to use qi in the context of restoring balance, since it is the physical or nourishing portion that makes up the air, water, and food we take in. What are they messing with? Air, water, and food. Whereas qi, they're referring to, is the spelling. QI is to restore the air, blah, blah, balance, blah, blah. Whereas CHI refers to the vital fluids and energy itself that flows through our bodies. CHI, because that's the spelling I was told to use, not the QI, but the CHI, because it refers to the vital fluids and the energy itself that flows through our body. See, vital fluids and energy that flows through our body. Regardless, both have to do with working towards feeling a little better every day, whatever. They always have to play it down. So why is qi critical to health? The answer is simple. It is what courses through the body along meridians, and it also controls the movement of blood, says John Wells, blah, 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 naturopathic physician, acupuncturist, yada, yada, yada. So again, qi, C-H-I, courses through the body along meridians, and it controls the movement of blood. What causes cardiac tamponade? The pooling of blood between the heart muscle and the pericardial sac. What is contained in there? And being caused to drain out? Your qi. And they know this. They know what is causing it. The trauma to the heart that's causing it to drain out. The stick in the arm. Damn. Well, there it is. They know. I'll put the link in the description. Qi deficiencies can, how do you know you're out of balance with qi? Qi deficiencies can be caused by lack of sleep, food, shelter, clean water, fresh air, and other physical elements the body needs to properly function. An imbalance can also be caused by insufficient mental stimulation, love, social interaction, according to yada, yada, yada. If your qi is out of whack, symptoms include fatigue, irritability, hormone imbalance, pain, muscle weakness, depression, cramping, stress, according to both blah, blah, and Wells, yada, yada, yada. We're going to see a lot more than that. So these people, they're not going to drop dead. You really don't drop dead from cardiac tamponade, okay? But here's what to expect when these people are going to have their qi drained due to cardiac tamponade. So these are the signs and symptoms you're going to see. These people are going to be irritable, fatigued. They're going to have hormone imbalances, muscle weakness, depression, cramping, and stress. Okay, so they're going to be walking around really messed up. And they're going to end up, toxins are going to end up building up in their body. They're going to be stressed out to the nine. They're going to exhibit a lot of negative emotions, and they're going to be overeating a lot. So they're going to be really off. So that's why the draining of the qi from the bodies, especially the females, to cause major hormonal imbalance. So there you go. Okay. So qigong, man. That's what I'm going to do right now. So I guess that could really help those people so they could balance out their qi and do all the other things. Look in my videos, please. People ask me without even looking. I'm not going to answer those questions. Just look in the videos. There's your answer. What's ever not there is not there, because guess what? They break into my computer and delete stuff too. So I have missing videos. If they're missing from YouTube, they're more than likely missing from my laptop and my desktop also. All right, guys, that's it. Hang in there. All right. Much love. Try to have a good day. Wait a second. Bam. Sorry, they messed with my camera. Bye.